Hi, this is Chantal from the Purring Cat Studio and welcome to my channel. So today I want to start the Christmas things. You know, because as crafters we gotta get early on the Christmas vibe so we're not late making all these creations, whether it's to sell or give as presents, sorry. And well, as a YouTuber, obviously, if I want to show you a few tricks, I gotta get there early. And so here we go. This, I hope, is gonna be something you like, and this is what I want us to create together. So, see you after the intro. So, as I was saying in the intro, I want us to create something like so. I don't have a whole lot of Christmas stuff right now. I would like to add some, how do you call, pine cones and maybe little red bows and maybe some pieces of Christmas trees. I don't know what the real name is. Um, but I don't have those items right now. I do have to go, through my Christmas stuff and get some things out, but I didn't have anything handy. But that did not stop me from making something very Christmassy and vintage as well. I chose these papers for the next one because, yes, I do like vintage stuff, and I will probably try and make it as vintage as possible, which I kind of think it still is in some way, just a little more colorful. But for this first one, I really just grabbed whatever I could find, and pretty much with this one too, actually. So here's what it is. I thought it would be a beautiful present or something that you make for your own family. So this is something you can hang on the Christmas tree. And this is where you could, like, as we're making it, you will see probably yourself things that you have and that you want to use. I had this. You might have red ribbon. You might have blue ribbon because your Christmas tree is silver and blue. No matter what it is, use what you have and what obviously suits your tastes. Or if you're giving this as a present, obviously, whatever suits the person's tastes. So here's my idea. It's an old favorite. It's becoming an old favorite, making windows all everywhere all the time. It seems to be something that it will be now associated to me or with me. And so I made this because I thought it'd be a nice thing to put in a tree if you make it, like as I said, a present, or if you keep it for yourself. And it has two pocket windows. So if you give it empty, it's still beautiful because that's always the goal. And then the person can add a picture and write the story of the picture. So maybe you have old Christmas pictures from when you were a child and you want to share this with somebody, or give that to your mom, or make something for your own family. And then you can make one each year. And each year, when you take all your Christmas stuff out to put on the tree, all the ornaments, you'll find these. And I'm thinking this is actually quite sweet, and I'm gonna keep one for myself and put a picture of myself and my child and my husband, something like that, right? Or maybe make it for somebody else's present. And so when you put it in there, each year you would have two pictures to look at. And that's why I chose really vintagey pictures. And you can write the story of the picture. This is, I don't know, Christmas to 1997. Uncle John was playing Santa, or you know what I mean? Something like that. I think it would be very nice to have as an ornament. And it's a memory keepsake. I hope that's the right expression. I also left a spot in the middle so that you could put a tag of some sort, or a journaling space card, and again write the story of maybe that Christmas or those two pictures. Or if you're offering it to somebody, you can write the beautiful Christmas notes that goes with it and explain to them the present and what it's for. So I hope you think this is a good idea. I think so. I really loved the idea when it first popped into my mind, and I love that it's beautiful on both sides and that you have pictures You have two pictures that you can put. And because I didn't have any ornaments out, I didn't have any pine cones or pine branches of any kind, I had cinnamon sticks. So I think I'm going to use that on my next one. And it serves two purposes. It's beautiful and it smells delicious. So how about we start the other one? So I might go a little fast on certain aspect of it simply because I have videos where I make pocket windows, window pockets, I think. Yeah, I speak reverse sometimes. So I don't want to, bore you with those things. I do realize something because I did make mistakes on my first one, and I think I'm about to make the mistake again. Yes, I am. Let me just grab my paper cutter and I'll explain to you as I go. So here's the mistake, because this was my first one. I was just doing it to try my idea before I filmed it, which is really rare for me. As you know, a lot of times I thought I try things for the first time live with you. I don't know if you see, but the eyelets are really on the edge. I don't even think that this one is on the paper because I had no space, and then I had no space to put the paper. So we do have to leave a space on top for the eyelet that will hold the string. So now I'm realizing that this is my pocket, and I left enough space around to do the frame, but not enough for the eyelet. So I will cut this down a tiny bit. I don't measure because at this point it's really just a question of how much space I want. I will have to, oh no, I didn't take any pictures yet. Okay, so let me see how this would look. So I will glue on these sides. This would be that's about the space I want to leave on each side, so which would come to here, which leaves me all this space for the eyelet. I think this is good. Yep, I think this is good. Perfect. Okay, hold on, just want to make double sure, like so. And then the eyelets would be, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, I just think it's a little crooked. Let me see if I can fix that. Is it crooked on both? Actually no, I don't think so. Maybe a tiny bit. Let me just fix that real quick. Perfect. Okay. So as some of you know, I do have a frame punch. It's from We Are Memory Keepers, and it's a frame punch board. Now, of course, if you don't have that, as I've said many times, you can just take a ruler and a pencil and draw the frame that you want and just simply cut it with an X-Acto knife or a pair of scissors. I'm fortunate enough that I have this, so I will go ahead. I'll do this in fast forward and I'll come back to regular speed right after it's done. Okay, so I'm back, and now I will put the window. So again, these are for those of you who've been watching my videos. You know that this is just packaging that I'm keeping for that exact purpose. But now, because I've reduced the size of these won't be the right size anymore. So let me see if sorry if there's a lot of glare. I'm not sure, but I still have to measure these. Okay. Oops, no. It's hard to work with things that are see-through. You can't see. Okay, let me just, no, that's not the way it was. Maybe it was, I'm just trying to see because it's not completely square. So, okay, so that's the place I gotta cut some. I'm trying to cut both at the same time since it's the same size for both. So I'm just gonna cut the excess I created by reducing my window size, my frame size, I should say. Okay, let me see. Oops, I keep doing this. Oh my goodness, help me. How can I not be right on there? Oh my goodness, you know what? Never mind, I'm just gonna cut it one piece at a time. Okay. Okay, well, that's okay. Let me see. Oh, you'd think it's the same. And it is. I'm sure it's me. You're probably home saying, oh my goodness, Chantal, what are you doing? Turn it around, girl. Okay. I'm gonna trim a tiny bit. No, that's too small. I can't see. You know what would have helped? Take a wild guess. It would have helped for me to put my glasses on. That's right. For some reason, I refuse to admit that I need glasses now. Welcome to my age group, the 50s and up. That's right. Okay. Let me see. So yeah, this is a nice little project. When I created it, the first one I showed you in the intro and at the beginning of the video, I didn't know where I was going with it. Well, that's not true. I kind of knew what I wanted. I just didn't know what the outcome would be, like if it would be something worth it. And I actually really love it. I love the idea of giving it as a present. But I also love the idea of keeping it for ourselves as a way of having memories, you know, memory keepsakes. I'm trying to see if I can cut the glare off for you guys, but the lighting, the way it's going to be lit up, it might be a little different. You still see the camera. I'm sorry about that. I'm really trying, but if I cut everything off, then the lighting is really just terrible. I'm gonna put some double-sided tape around my frame. So for that process, because it's a little boring, I'll go and fast forward and I'll come back to you right after I'm done. Okay, so I'm going to put these aside and I'm going to start working on the pocket. So I don't know why this is not straight. I did do the scoring and before I folded it, so it should be straight, but it's not. Okay. So of course we want to leave the side to put something. I thought of this beautiful little friend here. I hope I cut it the right way. I've just got to figure out when things are glued. I might have to trim him down. Well, trim at the bottom. What about this way? Yeah, and I'm going to put a nice pull tab. So let me trim the bottom right away for this guy. He's so handsome. Look at it. I know, I go a little nuts. I love Christmas. I am not a Halloween person. Now, by the time you see this video, I am guessing it will be, well, if I do well, it will be November 1st. If I run out of time because my life is a little nuts, it will be maybe November 2nd or something. But I'm not a Halloween person. Not even close. I just want all Halloween to be over with and let's move on. And I know a lot of you love Halloween, but see, I just love Christmas because it's a whole season. And in my house, it's like a month and a half for sure. And it's just beautiful. The smells of, cookies baking and cinnamon sticks and pine and everything. It's the warmth and the coziness, the fireplace, the Christmas lights. Like, need I say more? I am a lover of Christmas. And yes, the Hallmark movies are very, perfect. Everybody's happy, everybody's kind, everybody has their own business, and everybody seems to be doing well, and they're all beautiful, and it's always perfect, and I eat it up like it's candy. Because I just do. It's just, for once we don't have to hurt our brains with sadness or complicated movies and such. So yes, I am a Hallmark movie lover. I'm a Christmas lover, and there it is. So I don't know where I was going with that. Remember when I said I wasn't good at chatting? Well, there you go. Chatting while creating, I get lost. Oh, there you go. Yes, I am a very Christmassy loving person. So I will glue this. Although this doesn't really matter because the eyelets will be on top, but I'm just, just because. Oops. Okay. I was gonna put glue here, of course. That sounds normal. That sounds like me. I really have to concentrate to do things. Okay. Yeah, I love Christmas. Oh yeah, that's the reason why I was saying all this, is I couldn't wait to jump into Christmas stuff. But just so you know though, I do love Christmas, but my channel is not gonna go full-blown Christmas all the time. And the reason is, yes, I do want to make Christmas things, but I do just want to keep with my regular things, because it's not Christmas all the time, right? And maybe some of you have Etsy shops and sell journals, and you're trying to prep things for after Christmas, and you come to my channel for a few ideas or inspiration, and I'm more than happy to provide that. And I do want to be in the Christmas spirit, so I'm thinking once, maybe 1 out of 2 will be Christmas, themed, something like that. I'm not putting pressure on myself, and I'm not making any promises, just because it's more fun to just be free, right? I don't want to make any expectations for myself or my viewers. So that's all I mean by that. So if you're like me, I really liked the idea that it was one of the picture on this side, but when you flip it, it's still on this side. In other words, I didn't put everything opening from there, just the inside tag here, but not the picture. So I think I'm gonna do the same, where one picture can be pulled from this way. When you flip it, it will be still pulled from this way. Okay, so just before I make a mistake, where's the opening? You know what, actually, so I stop being disoriented, I'm gonna go, let me see, no, I'm gonna put my no, I'm gonna glue this first, because I want to make sure my eyelets are right in the middle of that space. So must be a tiny bit of exposed glue. So I want it to be like so. So I'm gonna put double-sided tape on these 3 sides. So just a little side note, usually I would go fast forward, and I will after this little side note. See how I put the double-sided tape on the outer edge? That's to allow the picture to sit evenly within the frame. I've made that little mistake before. It just turned out to be fabulous that day. It didn't matter, but usually if you want your picture to be somewhat centered, I do recommend that you try and keep your tape within, well, on the outside edge of your frame so that your picture has space to slide in. I hope I'm making sense here in my explanation. This is sticky and that will bother me and it will block our picture. So let me grab a random piece of paper here. Do I have a random piece of paper? I had one right here. So that's also a way of fixing this. Where's the stickiness? Oh, right here. Wait, no. Yes. I don't want this to be an obstacle whenever we slide our picture in and out. So I'm just going to, if it will allow me, come on now. Okay. I'm just going to put this, and now it's not sticky anymore. Oh, it's sticky here too. My goodness. That's all the trimming of the plastic film I did earlier. Maybe I went a little too scissor happy with the trimming. Let me see here. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, so the opening is here. The opening is here. That's perfect. Now, I didn't ink my edges. Oh, goodness. I don't think it matters a whole lot, but I'm still going to try and do it. Now it's all sticky. It could be worse. I could have applied glue, like liquid, and then I've done that many times. I'm sure you've noticed in my video. I'll put glue and then I'll grab my inker thingy. I do forget. There we go. Yeah, so today is Halloween, by the way, when I'm filming. And I usually don't say when I'm filming because I could be posting a video on Wednesday and it was filmed 2 weeks ago, and it just happened that I thought this would be a good time to post that particular video. I do make a few in advance because otherwise I would never make it. I don't have a whole lot of time. So that being said, yes, today is Halloween. I'm just trying to make sure I'm even. Yeah, so today is Halloween and here I am making Christmas things. So as you can see, this is really pretty because even when there's nothing, of course we're going to decorate it later, and I'll put myself in fast forward creative mode with music. I'm just doing the chit chat part, which is usually longer, shorter, but I really did want you to see the process, right? Yeah, so it's beautiful whether you have a picture in it or not, which is good because if you're offering it as a present and you want the person to put their own picture, then it doesn't look terrible. It actually is really pretty, and it's going to be even prettier later when we're done. So I'm going to do the other one, and again I wanted to open this side. I want to make sure there's no stickiness. Nope. Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna go and put the eyelets in this beauty, and I will be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and put the eyelets. If you don't have them, it doesn't really matter because you can always, let me show you an example. You could, okay, I don't have anything handy. Okay, let's just take this. So you could easily, um, you could, well, it would have to be bigger, but you could sew something, you know, to make the, this is not a good example, it's not long enough, but you know what I mean, sew a ribbon of any color you want. You could also put punch holes and put the ribbon through, but if you want to secure the holes, I know there's these little, you know, plasticky circles that you can glue around. You can just ink them before so that they look like they fit in, you know, the project. There's all kinds of ways. You don't need to have these. I just happen to have them. Okay, so never think that you have to have everything. There's always a way around it. And so now I'm just going to darken the back of this beautiful card because I want it to be a journaling space. Now this is really a bigger size if you compare it to the first one I made, but like I said, there's no measurements. It's really whatever you decide. This could be half of this size and it would still be really cute and nice as an ornament. This is a bigger one, just because, well, it's a little more practical for the camera for me to show you, but it really is up to you what size, right? So okay, so to darken this, what I like to do is I take one of these and I use my distress oxides or inks. I'm not sure what they're called. I think oxides. And I start on the outside of the paper and I go in. That way you don't really see a sharp beginning of where you started. It looks more natural. And I hope the lighting, let me fix the lighting a tiny bit. I have to get up and see what you guys see. Hold on. So I hope you can see how vintage this paper now looks. And like I said, I really love this method of starting on the page underneath and working my way in. It really makes it look old and really natural. So I hope you like that little idea. If for those of you who did not know, there you go. Okay, so now, because all it is really is to decorate and find things to put in, I don't know if I'm gonna look up pictures. Maybe I will, just to give you ideas. And I will finish the decorating part of this whole thing, but that's what it is. I showed you the main, if you will, the bones of the project, and I hope the explanations were clear. I mean, I don't think it's very complicated. The main thing is, please remember to leave enough space for whatever it is that you're putting there, whether it's to sew a ribbon, or to put eyelets, or just simply punch holes, to put a rope, a ribbon, to hang it. And just leave yourself enough space so that the space between this and the frame is pretty much the same as all around the frame. It's just a question of balance, right? And then you decide where you want your pockets to open. So I decided that they will always open on the right, and same thing, well, this depends if you turn it around, obviously. And that's pretty much it. And then I made a card to go inside, and as you can see, I'll have to trim a tiny bit. Actually, I have to trim a lot because I'm realizing yet again, see, I make mistakes. Hopefully when you do this project, you won't make this mistake, because now I have to trim on top as close to him as I can, and a tiny bit at the bottom because I didn't count for the eyelet. See? And I did that the first time as well, so I guess I don't learn. So on this note, I will say thank you for watching. Thank you to all my beautiful viewers, and welcome to the new ones. Thank you for all your beautiful uplifting comments. I always appreciate them. If you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate. I do try to reply to every single one of you. And I'm going to leave you on this. We're going to go in the decorating phase and fast forward motion with music. And I'm going to say bye. Bye bye.